so I'm live. Wait, I wanna see. Okay, so I'm live. Alright, so you guys can hear me. Great, okay, so, today we're going to be going over variations for the French defense. I have a few ready, then we're going to try to figure out some other ones. I was going to make this into a video, but the video would have been like an hour long, so I thought it was a bit better to make a live stream. So the first variation that I'm going to go over in this French defense is, well, you guys will see. It's the first bishop c4 variation that I came across when I was creating this database. So yeah, I just started recently creating this database, but I have a few openings that I think are kind of essential to the French and other things. So this one, so you guys obviously know how the French defense starts, or if you don't, it's e4, e6, bishop c4, d5, and white's starting to take the pawn. By the way, guys, I drew these arrows, not the computer. So after the taking, you guys can see that the queen's defending the pawn, so the bishop can't take it. The bishop moves back. The reason that I think it should move back is because it's aiming down on this f-pawn right here, which is always a pretty good thing to do in the beginning of the game. So the knight moves there, and so again, if the knight moves there, right, knight c3, you still do have two defenders on it, so I'd suggest playing something like knight there, and don't worry about moving your bishop out there yet. So moving your bishop out there would only be necessary if, well, that was played a bit later, but right now you could just simply go ahead and play your knight to c6. But whatever, we'll see what I prepared. Oops. We'll see what I prepared here. Alright, so I'm confused. I'm very confused on what just happened. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna remove this help bar because it's annoying me. Where's my analysis thing? We'll put the analysis up here so everyone can see it. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna move back one move really quick. Can you analyze this? Analyze this, please. File, edit. How do I analyze other than analysis 2? No. No. Alright, well, I don't want to put it onto auto-analyze, because then it goes auto-play. See? Like, can I, like, turn it off of autoplay and make it not autoplay when I auto-analyze? Just engine it? Is that possible at all? Like, is this even possible? I probably should have learned how to use this a bit better later. Game. Fine, database. Well, this is absolutely stupid. Preferences. Game. Engines. Game. Board. Guess move on left click. No, don't guess move on left click. That's actually really not helpful to me at all. Fix app. Okay, that's really dumb actually. Reverse filter, reset filter. Okay, whatever, let's just analyze it. Can you analyze, please? Oh, there we go. We can click the analyze button. Yeah, so, it says that the best move here is D4, which attacks the knight with tempo. I got rid of my stupid pen. D4, attacking the knight with tempo. Then it says queen e2 check, bishop e7, obviously blocking it, and then knight e4. And after castling, D3, knight takes e4, d takes e4, b6, and then it says knight f3, and you can just go ahead with something normal variation. Now, it says bishop a6, but which attacks the queen, obviously, but I would prefer it's kind of an empty threat. I just prefer playing that, but I guess the chess engine doesn't like it, so we're gonna go with what it says. I'm gonna move the bishop there. I just actually want to say to you guys, if you look here, sure, it's attacking the queen, but if it moves over, it's attacking there, so it prevents white from castling. So, yeah, I guess that's the purpose of it. Okay, so bishop to so then it says bishop to c4. Freaking pen. Bishop to c4. Bishop takes c4. Queen takes c4. c5. And yeah, that very, very good pawn structure, aiming down like that. Yeah, it's good. Structure game text. Ooh, yeah, that's ugly. Okay. So yeah, so as you guys can see, black is winning in this situation after bishop f4. Oops. We need to take over the pen after bishop f4 and knight to c6. You guys can see that black is pretty obviously winning due to pawn structure and all that stuff, so yeah. Alright, we're going to now go back to what originally happened, what, you know, the thing said. Okay, next move. So it said that, knight there, move your bishop there, queen check, move your bishop there. Now, I really don't know why, but I love it when the bishops are kind of like next to each other. I think one of the reasons why I really like it is if you can see, this bishop is aiming down like that, and this bishop is aiming down like that. They're both attacking the king side. I mean, I know that there's nothing like here, right, because it's just empty board, but I don't really know, I really like it. What I like even more is when they're vertical to each other, so like, let's say it like, okay, so let's say that this pawn moved, and then this bishop moved, and then this bishop moved. Ugh, frick, just, is it white's turn, or what, why, no, d takes c3. Yeah, so let's say that the bishop moved there, and then, yeah, I guess it takes, and then, what, why won't you let me move? Alright, whatever, I love it when they're vertical, let's just say that. Alright, there we go, redo, okay. So then he castled, I castled, he moves, move your knight, and that's the end of it. As you can see, black is ahead in this position. Now, let me show you what I mean by, I guess I can't show you what I mean by bishops being vertical, but basically, let's say that your bishop was this pawn, it's aiming down here, bishops are aiming down like that, and I don't really know, I like it a lot, especially if you could somehow move your queen to like here or here, and it's aiming down there. You just have a really, really good attack on the king side. Eventually, you can start moving your knight in, or whatever, I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, that is that variation. Is anyone watching right now? Okay. Great. Okay. So, now let's continue on to the next variation. This one, it does say to avoid the variation, but, to be honest, I think I just read the chess engine a bit wrong. Let me just undo all my green arrows. As I said, I tried to make this a video before and kind of failed. Okay, so e4. So this variation was one that I was a bit confused on. I think I lost this game actually. So he played that. So he fiend counted his bishop. Now in this case, I was thinking, well, if he castles, obviously, right? He has a pretty strong king side. I mean, I guess that's why he did it, obviously. But I didn't really know how to play against this, right? Because I just recently started making this French defense kind of like repertoire earlier. But I think I played with the chess engine set to play, which was c5. Which I still, I mean, I get that move, but I don't think there are so many better things you can do, I think, in this situation. But alright, so after castle and knight there, they push it, you take, he takes, and you push. Now, okay, it says that white's ahead, but after this move, it still says that white's, no, it says that black's ahead, great, okay. And I agree. Now, why do I agree? Now, these two, look at his center right here, right? This one pawn's gone right here. This pawn's still there, but this pawn right here is gone, which is his queen pawn. It's gone, which is good for me. I have both of these pawns, which are controlling the whole center, with along with the knights. He's controlling 2 squares of the center. I guess I'll denote that like that. With his knight, oops. But with his knight there, controlling it with his queen there, and his bishop, when his knights move out, will start controlling those 2 squares. So we kind of have equal control of the center, especially after the knight there, but you know, I like this position, kind of. Yeah, so let's just undo all those arrows, and let's continue. So next move, he moves there, and now we have equal control of the center, basically, except for my pawns. So, that move there was to prevent your bishop from moving there and getting you into that pin, which would force you to move your bishop there. So, he pushes, and I think the chess engine recommended d4. I'm not 100% positive. Let's move this analysis up here. Let's take out the help. Okay. And then knight moves there, bishop moves there. Now count the attackers and defenders. If you're newer, a way that you'll see if you're gonna win some material is counting the attackers and defenders. So think about how many attackers white has on this knight, right? I mean black has on this knight right here. He has 1 and 2. Now think about how many defenders white has right here. He just has this one lonely defender right there. So what's gonna happen? If white doesn't make a move to protect his knight, say c4 or something else of the type, or just moving his knight back, sorry, this is what's gonna happen. Let's say that white does some sort of move preparing to develop, like b3, or straight out moving his bishop to d2. He loses a piece. I'm just trying to explain this kind of to you guys. It's a very important concept. Counting the defenders is very, very important if you haven't learned it yet. So, bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, and black's ahead a pawn, and white has lost both of his central pawns right here. Central pawns are going to be very important in the end game if you can keep them. If you guys don't really know, wing end games where you have a pawn on the wing and you're trying to queen it are very difficult. Let me show you a few examples really quick. So, wing pawn end games chess. These are very, very difficult. Wing pawns are also known as rook pawns. I like to call them wing pawns. I don't know, but you guys can call them rook pawns, whatever they're called. Now, look at this right here. So, let's go to this site really quick. Oopsies. This is definitely not a wing pawn endgame. That is central pawn endgames. Here we go. This is a wing pawn endgame, where black has a wing pawn. Now, I'm pretty sure in this case, black loses, obviously, right? Let's see, does white checkmate easily? Queen d6 mate, yep. White checkmates. Now, do you guys want to see why? That's why. Okay. Back one move, back one move. Back. There. That's why. Okay. Think about this. So white outflanks him on the next move, and black moves there, and white is controlling the queening squares, which are these 3 squares. Let me put this position into a new chess engine document here. Where is my chess engine document? If I could ever find it on my desktop. See, I was working on this new like video. There we go, chess X. Okay. So let me set up a position. Game. View. Edit. Set a position. So clear. We're gonna clear this, except for the 2 kings. Say the 2 kings are like that, right? So right here, we'll add a pawn. How the frick do we add a pawn? Oopsies. Reset. So, reset. Okay, great. This is gonna take forever. I'm sure there's a faster way to do this, but I have no idea how. Reset. Ugh. We're gonna trash bin it. There we go. Now this is a drill that a lot of beginner players go over, I think. Right? Okay, so basically it's white to move, and you have to queen the pawn. So basically what happens is white moves there first, black moves there, white moves there, black moves there, and then white opposes. So opposition is basically, if you can count here. Okay, how do we click OK? Oopsies. Okay. So opposition is basically when there are an odd number of squares between you and the opponent. So if it's vertical opposition, which is going up like that, or horizontal opposition, which is going like that, if the people are on the same color of square, then that means that they are opposed. So opposition that is 1 square apart is called direct opposition. That is medium range opposition, which is 3 squares apart, and long range opposition is the whole 6 squares apart, or 5 squares apart. Or sorry, 5 squares apart is long square opposition. I made a little bit of a mistake there in my wording. So as you can see here, guys, this is direct opposition right here. But that's not really what we're here to talk about. I guess we're just kind of teaching you an endgame a little bit too. But okay, so black. How do I move this pieces here? No, stop it. Let me move the pieces. File. Okay, edit. Copy FEN. File. Game. New. Discard this game. File. Edit. How do I paste? There we go. Alright, so is it white's move? Okay, yeah, it's white's move. Wait, no, why is it white's move? No, it's okay, fine. You know, we're gonna do something called triangulation. Also a very important skill to frick, I triangulated wrong. Okay. So triangulation is basically when you make it the other person's move with the same position. 1, 2, 3, and it's their move. So black moves, and then you do something called outflanking. Now outflanking is basically you have a kind of knight's distance away from the king, like that. So what the black king has to do, if he, oops, sorry, undo that. If he vertically opposes you, you just check him, and then he moves up. You just check him again. He moves there. You move behind it. He moves there. You oppose. You move there. Like that. Opposition. I think I just let it be a stalemate. Yep. Yeah. No, I didn't. There you go. So, let me just go back a bit. So, as you can see here, after the outflanking, right, you can very easily here in this position win the game, because if you can get your king to be on this square right here, because the pawn's queening on that square, he controls all 3 of these squares, so there's no way that black's king can get there, because he's cut off like that. So, you guys always want to kind of get into that position. That's why, central pawns are a lot better than wing pawns. Yeah, so black king moves there, you just move there with another check, if he moves there, you just move there. I showed you guys what that happens. Oopsies. Okay, so he moves there, you check. He moves there, you move there, he moves there, you oppose it, flank, and that's it. You have it. Clean. Okay, so that's easy. So yeah. Now, let's say that this was a wing pawn game. Edit, set up position. Now, let's say that this pawn was right here when you started. It's a wing pawn, and it's the same thing. There we go. Okay. File. Oops. Frick. No. File. Oops. Edit. Copy FEN, game, new. This is so annoying. You know that? File, paste FEN. Oops, oh, sorry. Edit, paste. Okay. So again, it's White's turn. Are you serious? Like, you won't let me move, mate? It's Black's turn. Okay, we'll triangulate. Alright, whatever. So, bang. Okay, there you go. You got the opposition. Great! Now you're thinking you should win the game. After he moves there, you just outflank him. But, wait, what? Wait, but then he just does that, and you just lost the pawn. Huh. Well, why is that? Well, think about this. You oppose, if he moves there, if you outflank, then you can't, after he moves down, you can't push your pawn and check him. Now, that's why rook pawns are a lot worse in the endgame than any central pawns. It's because they are completely cut off from that side like that. They can't do all of those three. They can only do stuff like that. So, whenever you do have the chance, make sure that you can always kind of trade off pawns on the wing for pawns in the center, if you ever have the chance to do that, obviously. Let's see, you can always kind of trade off pawns on the wing for... So, okay, yeah, great, my live stream's still working. Alright, so, now that we know that, we know why this position is good for Black. Alright, now we're here. Or did we just do this one? No, we didn't. Let's go to the beginning. So, this one, what is this one? Okay, this one is one of the easier positions to play as Black. Now, it does suggest playing d4. Another variation you can take is by taking the queen after knight takes, you develop, and you are ahead in development after bishop, knight, knight, castle, castle. You have one extra move to do whatever you want. And as you can see, actually, this one is a negative 0.92, because after bishop takes c3, bishop takes c3, knight takes c4, and you're ahead of pawn. It then says rook fd1 to attack the bishop, whatever, you just block it. So, yeah. Now let's undo all of that. So I do prefer that a little bit better, but this says to play d4, knight e2, you play c5, again for that pawn structure, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to f4, knight to e7. I'm not really sure why those are yellow. I don't think that there's any reason that those should be yellow. Let's check the game text. No, I don't think that there's any reason that that should be yellow. I think I just played around a bit. There we go. Okay. Nope. I have no clue whatsoever. Okay. So then the knight moves there. You move your knight out there, attacking the bishop. Obviously, he has to move his bishop back. It's a hanging piece. It's always it's usually a good idea to attack hanging pieces because you develop with tempo. And you move your queen there. So the reason for that is obviously to attack the pawn right there. So then the rook defends the pawn. And that's it. Negative 0.66. Now, I guess you would obviously want to be playing black here because the rook moves there. The thing is, though, the rook is lined up with your queen, which is a bit of an inconvenience usually. The computer then says to play h5. This is just playing h4. Now, I'm not really sure why it's just playing that. Let's try to make this analysis a bit larger. h5. What if he doesn't play h4? What if he plays something like... Okay, so they play h5. What if he plays something like, I don't know, bishop there? Analyze. And then you play h4, and then he just plays... knight f4. Oh, yeah. Okay, that is... h5 works. Great. Now let's think of some other variations. Okay, so instead of h5, which is what the computer suggests, what if you just played your bishop there? What would he do? So he plays bishop e2, which is what I said. You castle, he castles, I bet. And a5. Okay, a5. Why a5? a5 c3. Okay. What if you do a5? Okay, yeah, c3 works. If you just do that, then you... I would think you enchanted, no? Knight f4. Okay, you do knight f4. Bishop takes a... No, h3. Okay, that's a really weird variation. I think after castle, I would think you just play something like that. And after, I don't know, knight f5, just move your bishop there. No, ooh, no, knight takes d6. Right, okay. So it says rook d8, okay. c3, alright, yeah, I guess he plays c3. a5, okay, what is it with this a5? Let's figure this out. C takes d4, c takes d4, knight takes d6, rook takes d6, a3, bishop to g4, knight to g5, bishop d7, I don't know, I don't think a5 was a really good move. I don't know, that's weird. Alright, let's move on to the next variation. I guess that was the one where I went crazy on. Alright, let's go with it. So what is this one? This one is the advance. Okay, the advance is a very interesting variation to play, but the computer suggests a pawn break c5. So, okay, so the computer then suggests for white playing c3, and then for black playing knight c6, which is what usually happens. But I guess in this case what happened was that, and then after c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight to e7. Oops, wrong knight. Knight to e7, bishop b5 check, bishop to d7, castle, bishop takes b5, oopsies, that's not what he meant. Knight takes b5, no, oops. Knight takes b5, knight to f5, and bishop to f4. Okay then, let's go back to the beginning of the game and let's see what actually happened. So he moves his knight there, then a bunch of crazy stuff. Okay, so we didn't mess up this game. Alright, let's go. So he takes, you move your knight there, and he pushes the pawn. Now, this is stupid. Okay, it's not necessarily stupid. Okay. Knight bc6 happens, right? First of all, you're leading development. Now, he doesn't want to trade knights, because the knight's worth a lot more. Now, if he did something like bishop, and after knight takes, then he just does knight takes e5 first of all, okay? So this forces his knight to move to f3. Oh, wait, what? Okay, it actually says to do c takes d5, and then queen takes d5. Bishop e3. Okay, why would you do bishop e3? You can still do queen takes e5. Okay, now what if instead you did what? Oh no, never mind, that wouldn't work. I was thinking you just move your knight there, but then queen takes and you lose your right to castle. That's even worse. What if? Yeah, I guess you kind of have to. Queen takes e5. Knight c3. Bishop to d7. Knight to f3. I don't know, I think I'd actually rather be white. I just think he can keep chasing. Oh yeah, he can move there, and then I guess the chasing stops. But once ahead in development, actually, now it's gonna take a while for black to develop his bishop. There's so much stuff that could happen in that time. So if black wants to develop his bishop, he's gonna have to play that, and then so castle, then play that, right? And then no, rook e4, yeah, whatever. It says rook e4. What the? Oh, bishop e4. There we go. Okay, and then rook d8. Okay, lining up with the queen right there. And then after queen to b3. Oopsies, no marker, please. Bishop to c8. Interesting. Okay, let's move back to there. Okay, so queen takes, whatever. Oops, queen takes. That stuff happens. Okay, bishop to c3. Whoopsies. So it says knight to d5 is the suggested move. Then it says bishop to d2. What if knight takes? Do you take with the queen? Oops. Okay, so knight. Oh, you can. It's pinned. Right. So bishop to d2 breaks the pin. Knight takes to c3. Interesting. Bishop takes c3. And then bishop to b4. Ooh, that's good. Okay, so look at this. Bishop takes, pawn takes, right, and then queen takes. Look at that! Wow, I didn't even think of that. That is actually insanely good for black. Now, think about this. White was forced to castle in this position. I know what you might be thinking, why, right? Let's say that he just did some other move. Like, let's say that he did freaking queen here. Or something. Oh, wait, queen there would work. Huh. Wait, queen there would work. Why wouldn't queen there work? Bishop takes c3. Yeah, b takes c3. Knight to e5. Whoa. Oh, yeah, he can't take because it's bishop to e2. Bishop to c6. Knight to d4. And castle. I'm confused. Queen to c7. You know, I'm actually very, very confused. Okay, let's just go back really quick. Here, I was thinking, why doesn't queen there work? Okay, but I think it worked perfectly. All right, so if he didn't castle and he just moved his queen there, you obviously just do that and you're in check. And after that, knight takes, castle queenside, and yeah. So rook b1, and you move your knight out to e5. Now, if you guys don't know what this threatening is, if this bishop were to ever move out, this rook has the line on like that. Yeah. So I know, this is actually very interesting. I think the queen moving there would actually have worked. Alright, let's move on to this one, which is the capture variation, which is that. Which is what you're supposed to do in this position. That's why. So he takes, and it's just destruction basically. I don't really think I have to go over this one that much really. All you have to know is just take that, and then the king loses his right to castle. And let's move the analyzer. Where is our analyzer file? How did I do the analyzer there? How do I analyze? We can move the analyzer there. Analyze. So then it says 5, bishop c5. Okay, let's turn off the auto analyzer. Boop. Yep, it. Okay, so bishop c5 is suggest that move. Wait, let's just make sure. Suggest that move. No, it's just bishop e3. To be honest, so if he does do that, bishop takes e3, and there's so many things wrong with white. First of all, look at these doubled pawns right here. I didn't select my marker. First of all, look at these doubled pawns right here. You never really want to have doubled pawns. It just kind of messes them up a lot. There are no isolated pawns. Secondly, look at his king position right here. He'll never be able to castle anywhere. Third of all, well, actually no, I think that's actually about it, because right now it's black's move, right? So white still does have the lead in development. I'll just show you like a little bit. Oopsies, let's just move forward. I'll undo some of my eraser marks. There we go. So check. You're thinking there. The king can't castle. The king cannot castle. I just realized that. Just put that back in yellow. So knight here, bishop here. I know he does something like that. Oopsies. I know. Let's just say he tries to move his king like that to prepare for a rook u castle. He moves his rook out there, and whatever stuff happens. Okay, so yeah, that one's a pretty good variation for white. I mean black, as you can see. And this is the final variation. Now, this one was one that I just encountered today, which is the Steinitz attack, which is that. Now, I was thinking, why can't he just en passant in this position? It does say that white's currently ahead, but it does say that d4 is his best move, which is what the guy played. He played d4. I mean, like, what can you say? He played d4. All right, so then it hit me. I was gonna say, all right, let's say white en passant like that. Analyze. Bishop takes d6. Analyze. Oh, here I can turn on auto analysis because it's not a line. d4. Oopsies. Undo. Just say d4 is the best move. Knight f6. Bishop to d3. Knight bd7. Knight to f3. Castle. c5, c3. Again, you don't want to trade off this central pawn right here for that. Okay, so let me just undo all of those marks. Alright, next one. So it says e5, which is that, as you guys can see, obviously. e5, bishop to c2, bishop c2, okay. b6, d takes, e5, bishop takes, knight takes, okay. And as you guys can see, black is obviously ahead. He has control of the center, he has lead in development, he has basically everything. Let's go back to the beginning. Oops. So yeah, he plays that, and then you play the classic pawn break. So, in this case, he defended like that. It says play knight c6, so that's what you play, and it kind of leads to something like this. You move your queen out early, and after bishop takes with check, knight takes, king castles, take. You again, you are trading your pawn for a central pawn, but he's just getting it back like that, so it's pretty even. So then you play h6 to prevent the bishop from moving there, obviously, and that's where the opening stops. Yeah, I do think black is definitely ahead. Okay, so I was thinking in this position what I would play as white is just move the queen on with tempo. Queen b6, knight c3, and knight takes d4. Okay, knight takes d4. I guess I missed that. Knight takes d4, queen takes d4, knight b5. I'm just curious, what if you were, instead of doing knight b5, what if you just did that? Okay, never mind. Okay, so yeah, knight b5, great. Attacking the queen and threatening that the queen is forced to move to either b6 or c5. Now, c5, it's easy after a4, a6, rook c1, a takes b5. The queen's not trapped. What the frick? Why a takes b5? What if he just moves his queen there? I know that's what you might be thinking, but why does the queen take? Why can't he just move his king away, like over here or something? Why does he have to do that? Oh, wait a second. Okay, queen c6. What? Wait a second. He can just move his queen here, can he? Well, this is a weird thing AF. Okay, queen f3. Ooh, wow, I can just take the knight. Maiden 8. That's it. It's maiden 8. All right, I'm gonna try to figure this out. I'm gonna stop the analysis. Let's try to figure this out. Bam. Auto respond. Okay. No, wait. Oops. Undo. Auto respond. Okay, go. Bam. What are you gonna do? Oh gosh darn it. Okay, he does that. What am I supposed to do in this case? Do that? I don't know. Oh great, I messed up. Undo. What's my mate? What's my checkmate? Undo. Analyze. Mate at 7. Rook c7 check. King takes e7. Queen takes e7 check. Bishop d7. Rook c1 check. King to b8. Queen d6 check. Ooh. King to a7. King to a7. Bishop e3 check, I'm guessing, yeah. d4. Because he can't move anywhere. d4, bishop takes. Oh no, queen takes d4. Why the queen? Why was the queen, mate? Okay, queen takes d4. King to b8 is forced. And queen to d6. Checkmate. So yeah, that's apparently mate 9. Very, very interesting there. Alright, let's go back to what actually happened in this position. Okay, so he checks there, I take, he castles, I take. I take, he takes. Again, defending from that, so. Alright guys, oopsies, and that is the end. After queen takes d1, which is the next move, rook f takes, and bishop d7. There's no way in heck that black is winning. Why is black winning? That's so dumb. Rook dc1. Okay, yeah, I guess that's actually a decent move. Okay, b6. Like, seriously, why is black winning in this position? I don't get it. It's like something 20 moves down the line. You know what? Just autoplay it. Autoplay. Go. Lines. How do you... give me 20 lines. 16 lines. Ooh. So many variations. What's the best one for black? Alright, whatever. What's the best one for black? Alright, guys.
anyways though, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream if you did tune in. If not, I guess you guys can watch this on my channel later. How long has this been going on for? Like, seriously, like 40 minutes? Yeah, 44 minutes. Dang. I've been on the computer for a while. So, anyways though, guys, I guess you guys can watch this on my channel later. How long has this been going on for? Like, seriously, like 40 minutes? Yeah, 44 minutes. Dang. For a while. So, anyways though, guys, I guess you guys can watch this on my channel later. How long has this been going on for? Like, seriously, like 40 minutes? Yeah, 44 minutes. Dang. Computer for a while. So, you guys can rehear my live. I guess you guys can watch this on my channel later. How long has this been going on for? Seriously, like 40 minutes? Yeah, 44 minutes. Dang.